So today we're going to be talking about the Parsley Massacre. So this is something new that I'm doing. Somebody suggested that I start making PowerPoints and delivering presentations like somebody that's an academic in school or something like that. So today we're going to be talking about the Parsley Massacre. Now, one of the things about the Parsley Massacre that I find really interesting is that we don't talk enough about genocide that happened in the Caribbean, right? We talk about, and the way we talk about genocide in the Western Hemisphere is completely different from how we talk about genocide from a the the rest of the world. Um, one thing that I find really interesting is why is my can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? I guess that's a good question. Can y'all hear me and can y'all see me? Because my camera keeps going off and I don't know if anybody can even hear me. No? Anybody? Anybody want to chime in? Oh, okay. So you can see me and you can hear me. Wonderful. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. So we're going to talk about the Parsley Massacre today. So one of the things I find really interesting about the Parsley Massacre is, we don't talk about ethnic and racial violence that happens in the Western Hemisphere unless it's the United States. We don't talk about it very much. And the way we talk about it is often through a lens of um social structure and not really a lens of like racialized hatred. So the Parsley Massacre is a perfect example of racial hatred being manifested in the Western Hemisphere. And this was between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. So let's just give you a little background. So the island of Haiti, the island of Hispaniola, as the Spanish called it, the full name for the island is Quisqueya, and then, of course, the mountainous region that is actually in Haiti is known as Haiti. That's a specific region that is mountainous for the island. So, for context purposes, we're going to refer to the whole island as Hispaniola. Uh, so, this is the island of Hispaniola, right? And then we have on the west side, we have Haiti. On the east side, we have the Dominican Republic. When you visit the Dominican Republic, most of the time you're visiting this area right here. This is where you're going to find your Samana, your Puerto Plata. Puerto Plata's up here. You're going to find your La Romana. You're going to find, basically your capital, Santiago, Santo Domingo, things like that. So, and then when you visit Haiti, I believe you visit Cap Haitien. That's up here. So that's not anywhere near Port-au-Prince or anything like that. But needless to say, this here's the background. Essentially, Haiti takes over. Haiti gets its independence, becomes the first Black republic to gain its independence, goes into the Dominican Republic and takes over the entire island. They evict the Spanish and they take over the entire island. So basically, what happens after that is a lot, right? Um, Yesterday was Dominican Independence Day, where the Dominicans celebrate their independence over Haiti. It was said that the Haitians were very unfair to the people of Dominican Republic when it came to taxes. They tried to infuse the Creole language into the Dominican Republic. Anyway, there was a whole circumstance. So the island is divided between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. So it's one island, two countries, right? Haiti gained its independence in 1804 after the Haitian Revolution. The Dominican Republic becomes independent in 1844. There's a ton of tension between the Dominican Republic and Haiti, right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We still see the remnants of that today, right? The main tensions that are happening in the early 1900s, the early 20th century are between migration, land ownership, race and identity are big ones, and then also economic inequality. You have to remember that Haiti is under is paying reparations to France around this time. And essentially what's happening is Haiti is in an economic free for all. Now again, this is before the United States goes into Haiti and takes all their gold. But Haiti is not in an economically viable situation, right? So because of that, there's a lot of things that happen. the Dominican Republic at this time has a bracero program, right? The bracero program allows Haitians to come into the Dominican Republic and work in sugarcane factories. That's the big industry of the Dominican Republic. Now, because of this, there's a ton of anti-Haitianism, right? The Haitians are seen as to a lot of Dominicans as lower. They come from poor circumstances. Again, there's a lot of anti-blackness. They tend to be darker. Dominicans claim to be more mixed than they are black. There's a whole lot of things there. So there's a ton of racial and political tensions as well. Also, the Dominican Republic has an elite class that's mostly white and looks at the rest of the Dominican Republic and wants more white people or more white presenting people, right? It's deeply embedded in society, in the societies of the elites. And like I said here, there's a bracero program where the Haitian laborers often work in agriculture and sugar plantations. Now, we see bracero programs in other places as well. We see bracero programs in the United States, especially in the West and Southwest, with people from Central and South America coming to the United States to work. The bracero program is not something that is new. It's not a new concept, right? Um, anyway, but the border region of the Dominican Republic, I'm gonna for reference sake, Dajabon, there are huge populations of Haitian people that are working in the sugar canes there. And the populations are becoming vast. There's a lot of people that are Haitian. Around this time, there is this man that pops up, Rafael Trujillo, and he is a nationalist. He is very much Dominican. The Dominican Republic is only for Dominicans, but he envisions a Dominican Republic that is white, right? He wants it to be fair skin, blonde hair, blue eyes. He does a lot of things like brings in a ton of people from Europe. He pushes this concept of blancamiento, mejorando la raza. This is like whitening the race or making the race better. And that is 100% based in like white supremacist ideology that you have to um, make children with white people. This is something that you see also in Argentina as well. Argentina, they bring in people from Italy, from Germany, places like that. And essentially, they do a bunch of other social programs and war programs that get rid of a lot of the black population. So, Rafael Trujillo wants a pure Dominican identity. And on top of that, he promotes anti Haitian propaganda and he frames Haitians as invaders and criminals. He takes little things that Haitians might do and blows them up into these huge things that become, get national attention. But we need to look at who Rafael Trujillo was. Now, according to a lot of sources, it's believed that Rafael Trujillo was backed by the CIA, right? But he was born in the Dominican Republic. The funny thing is, this man who hated black people, had a lot of anti-Haitian background, had a lot of anti-Haitian views, excuse me, is believed to have been mixed race. It's believed that either his mother or his grandmother were Haitian. Okay. Or it's either believed that they were Haitian or they were black. They were black Dominicans. So this man who hates, black people so much is part black himself. It's also believed that his skin complexion was brown. Um, and he would carry around foundation to put on his face to make his skin whiter. Now, he was in the military for a while, from 1916 to 1924. He basically got in there when the United States was occupying the Dominican Republic. And he rose through the ranks quick. He was a lackey. He was somebody who followed rules, followed order. And because of that, he rose through the ranks quick. Eventually, he becomes a dictator in 1930. He's a dictator for 31 years. He dies because he is assassinated. He has a cult of personality and he has a repression of people. If he wants it and you have it, you're giving it to him. Now, that includes your wife, that includes your daughters, that includes anyone and everyone that he wants and he feels entitled to it all. And that's who he was. He popularizes a brand of extreme nationalism where he tries to change the racial makeup of the populace of his country. So knowing that, we're going into knowing that, and we knowing his feelings towards Haitian people and his obsession with race and Dominican purity, we kind of know where this is going. Right. On October 37th, Trujillo goes to the western part of the Dominican Republic. I believe it's called Dajabon. This is the Dajabon River there, right? And he gives a speech. Let's back up a little bit. Farmers are complaining that their livestock is being stolen, that animals are showing up dead, and they're blaming it on Haitians, right? They're saying the Haitians are violent. So Trujillo looks at this as an opportunity to uh, go there and make his claim for what he wants the Dominican Republic to be. And you have to also remember what the world is looking like at the time. So there is economic downturn, at this particular time in 1937. And a lot of times with dictators, what they will do, instead of putting the onus on themselves and their own shortcomings and why things are happening in their country, they will often blame the people that are marginalized, i.e., Donald Trump blaming Somali Americans or blaming undocumented people as to why housing prices are high, right? Um, so he goes to this area of the Dominican Republic and he gives a speech. And in the speech, he says that he will fix the Haitian problem. And his idea to fix the Haitian problem is to send in the military to this region. Now, he doesn't just send in the military, he sends in paramilitary forces, militias, people that are paid and armed by the state, but they have no accountability to the state, right? And he sends them to this region and he says, identify them. And first he says, arrest them. But later there's an order that's given that says, kill them, right? So he goes there. And how do we know in the Dominican Republic if someone is Haitian or someone is Dominican? How do we know, right? There's a lot of Dominicans that look like me. There's a lot of Haitians that look like me. How do they differentiate? So they go with parsley. Okay. Haitians don't speak Spanish. They speak Haitian Creole. Now, in Haitian Creole, there's not many instances of rolled R's. So these Dominican soldiers go with parsley and they tell the Haitian people to say parsley in Spanish, perejil. And Haitians can't roll their R's for the most part. So they have a hard time pronouncing perejil. And so the mispronunciation meant, like I put here, mispronunciation meant execution. They were killed with knives, machetes, clubs. There's even references to babies being speared and, with bayonets, and things like that. Entire families were killed. Now, part of the reason they brought in the militia, right, is because they want to disguise this as not a government action, but they want to disguise it as an event that happened that was civil, right? They don't want any kind of state sanction, anything associated with a genocide that they're going to commit. And so they tried to frame it as a peasant conflict. This is this is an area where there's a lot of poor people, a lot of working people, and these are just poor people taking care of themselves, right? These are just poor people resolving their own problem. So, but what happens? It's believed that an estimated 10 to 20,000 people are executed. They're killed. Their bodies are dumped in the Dajabon River. And there's so many bodies in the river that the river starts to run red with blood. Some sources in Haiti claim that the numbers are higher. It's believed that they chased people into Haiti after they ran across the border. They chased them back into Haiti and killed them there. Again, we don't really know the entire amount of people that were killed, but The irony of this is it wasn't just Haitians that were killed, right? Again, how do you know who's Dominican and who's not? If they look the same. There were many, many people that were brown and black that were Dominicans that were killed as well. And entire families were wiped out. Now, what happens after this? You know, the United States, is backing Rafael Trujillo. He's their boy. And so, genocide right before World War II was not looking too good. So, what happens? The United States gets involved. They put a ton of pressure on Rafael Trujillo. They're like, listen, stop this right now. Right? Haiti is protesting internationally. United States is like, listen, you got to stop this right now. You're bringing too many attention. You're supposed to be our boy. You're bringing way too much attention on us. Trujillo agrees to pay a settlement to Haiti for $750,000 in reparation. Now, that's a lot of money. In today's estimate, I can't remember the exact amount. It's several tens of millions of dollars. But he doesn't receive all that money, right? There are fees and there are things like that that are attached to it. And it's believed, I read one source that said they got around 15% of that $750,000. Of course, spread out among 10 to almost 20,000 families, 20,000 people. That is literally pennies on the dollar. And that's it. That's all that happens. There's no real accountability. People remember it. And Trujillo didn't have to step down. There was nothing that really made him nothing happened. Again, there's no accountability. Trujillo stayed in power until he was assassinated in 1961. And his assassination had nothing to do with the Haitian massacre. The massacre of Haitians, it had everything to do with Las Mariposas, the butterflies. There were 3 ladies that were killed that were loved in the Dominican Republic, and Trujillo had them killed. So, and that's it. That's the entirety of this live. Um, Today is the Dominican Republic Independence Day. Is it really? Oh, I thought it was yesterday. My bad, Geraldine. So yeah, so that is this live, and if you would like, I don't know, I think I'm going to do more of this. So yeah, if you like to, I didn't realize there were so many people in here because I had my screen share on. Anyway, so that's it for today. I don't know why my camera is not showing on here, but thank you guys for joining and take care.